Welcome to this edition of Amber, the one and only bilingual show on BU TV 10. I'm Tina Wan.
And I'm 洪佳阳。欢迎大家收看本期的琴瑟琥珀，我是主播杨洪佳，
我是王新田。
Here's what we have for you today. Recently, China celebrated the 70th anniversary through multiple ways, bringing people's attention to the recent technology development. Meanwhile, Marvel's first Chinese superhero movie, Shang-Chi, aroused debate on social stereotypes.
We will also take a look at different views on dressing freedom, the hot debated topic on social media. At the end of the show, we will see how international students' parents react to their children's unexpected phone calls.
在本期的琴瑟琥珀中，我们将聚焦电影《我和我的祖国》，并讨论中国近年来取得的科技成就。同时，上汽作为第一个被改编的亚洲超级英雄，也引发了我们对于社会偏见的思考。
此外，针对近期社交媒体上热议的穿衣自由，我们邀请了波士顿大学的教授和同学们来谈谈他们对此的看法。在节目的最后，我们将聆听几位留学生与父母的交谈，体会他们对身处异国孩子们的牵挂。
With the arrival of Chinese 17th National Day, the movie My People, My Country was released, highlighting the significant moments in Chinese history. Audience shared their thoughts on how technology development influenced their lives.
October the 1st is reckoned as the Chinese national holiday. With the growth of Chinese technology, 2019 not only marks the 70th anniversary of China, but also opens up an era for China's upcoming progress. Chinese international students in America shared their discovery on recent technology development back home.
因为我每一年回国，我就觉得我跟不上这个时代了。就是以前回国，就是大家就还用现金嘛，或者朋友告诉我说你落伍了，人家都用微信支付或者说是支付宝啥。然后有一年就是2017年回国吧，然后全部都是共享单车，所以就是这些。就是我现在觉得，就是中国的一些企业嘛，就是在真实的做着去改变人们生活方式的事情嘛。
In celebration of the 70th anniversary of China, a movie called My People, My Country released on October the 1st, highlighting the significant moment in Chinese history. The audience shared their thoughts on the movie and how the growth of Chinese technology benefits the society.
For example, every year during Spring Festival in China, billions of people are going to move from places to places, and the infrastructure in China really make a attempt to benefit not only a small group of people, but the entire population.
我们的平均寿命从建国那个时候35岁到了现在70多岁，然后我身边能看到很多的老人都能活到古来稀，已经不是一个稀有了，就是一个很常见的一个现象。我的父母的身体也一直保持得很好，我觉得这都是我们的这个不管是医学、生物科学发展的一个很好的证明。
The cutting-edge advancement of Chinese technology alters the impossibilities into possibilities. In doing so, China will bring a greater resonance to the global economy in the future. For Amber, I'm Ashley Chow.
As Chinese technology has made a great step forward, we hope China will also make considerable contributions to the global market and benefit more people in need.
Recently, Marvel unveiled its first Chinese superhero movie, Shang-Chi. The story behind Shang-Chi sparked controversy regarding stereotypes. Let's hear what BU faculty and students say about this issue.
Recently, Marvel is adapting its first Chinese superhero, Shang-Chi, into a film, which raises controversies regarding the disrespectful nature of his father, Fu Manchu.
I read recently that the actual comic book artist who created those characters in the first place, the original 1970s comics version of Shang-Chi, that he does not want Fu Manchu to be involved because he recognizes that in the 1970s, that kind of representation would have made more sense to Americans because of the popularity of exploitation films. And so you had a lot of different kinds of races and ethnicities being exploited in various films. But I think that we've moved past that at this point. And it's just so tainted by a history of racism that I think it would be nearly impossible to reclaim that character.
BU students express their opinions on this issue.
I'm kind of neutral on it, but knowing that his father is used to criticize Asian people makes me kind of wonder if he's going to be also used in that way, or like showing stereotypes that people usually know of Asian people.
Their character choosing is confusing me because they have many different Asian characters that can be used from manga, from their comics, to their movie production.
I'm gonna watch it either way, you know? That's pretty cool, right? It's like the Asian Black Panther. It's so racist that it's obviously a joke.
In terms of the intention of creating Shang-Chi, Dr. Decker and the students share their thoughts.
I think it's a money-making strategy. I don't think they have any bad intentions. And they're a company, right? They're not a person, they're a company.
I think both they're trying to show that they're being racially inclusive because that gives Marvel a good, positive reputation. But at the same time, because China is like a growing industry in entertainment, that's also a reason for them to make this movie so they can earn more money.
They involved a screenwriter from an Asian background. And I think the fact that they're incorporating creators who have a better sense of the experience and the culture is sort of a signal that Marvel isn't just in it for the money.
For a more respectful representation of an ethnic group, exploring the authentic cultural background will be a favorable next step.
If you only fix the representation in front of the screen, it's always going to be a little hollow. You really need to have representation in front of the screen and behind the camera, so the people doing the creative work, in order to get good, culturally authentic representation.
For Amber, I'm Dolores Chang.
We are happy to see cultural diversity in American media, but how will Marvel take its next step to represent the minority groups? We're looking forward to the film.
Distinctive dressing styles are often judged by the conventional social norms. Professors and students from Boston University share their opinions on the dressing freedom and how stereotypes are reinforced.
Every day I kind of wake up and I'm like, who am I today?
I will dress whatever I want.
Have you ever been judged by others based on the way you dress?
Probably not from US, but when I go back to China in summer, I got a lot of people stare at me a lot when I go everywhere, and then they will question me if I am Chinese or I'm from US or some other places. Yeah, do you hear people just speak behind my back, be like, oh my god, who's that? She's so tan. How can she be so tan?
I think for me with my style, I just always want to be kind of pushing a boundary. I want to seem a little too soft to be a man and a little too mean to be a woman. I remember one time I was riding the bus and I got on in this long full-length fur coat and this dress, so I looked ridiculous, and I was eating a fish fillet. I looked silly, and I got on, and these two girls, young girls or whatever, they were probably 13, were like, oh my god, it's Michael Jackson, da da da, talking the whole time, and I sat down right next to them just to embarrass them.
Why are people inclined to stereotype others simply based on the way they dress?
Stereotypes are actually shortcuts, cognitive shortcuts. See, for us to form an impression of somebody means we have to ask a lot of questions, get to know someone, and that takes time. And a lot of people don't have time. We're cognitively more lazy.
The society keeps evolving as humankind's perspectives do. How does society nowadays react to the various dressing styles?
When I go back, a lot of people ask me how to get tan, so I probably think the beauty standard has probably been changed. So people are looking for what they really like, not probably what the society was, should form a girl, what she want to wear or what she want to do with her body.
The thing now is, in the past, maybe not, because there's a certain type of role you need to play in society, and it's much more homogenous. But today, especially with fast fashion and everything,
while people give freedom to speak, they should always think of other freedoms that coexist in our lives.
I have the freedom of speech to say what you're doing is not okay. But then at the same time, by doing that, I'm not going to respect your freedom to express that part of yourself.
The traditional gender role has limited the freedom of dressing by who we are identified historically.
Historically, whenever we've found examples of people, being forced into dressing in certain kinds of ways, it's about controlling far more than just what they're wearing. It's about controlling who they are. And those kinds of decisions are further made by folks who are in power, rather than folks who are, just trying to, examine their lives and explore who they are and their identities through the ways in which they dress.
What's your opinion on the freedom of dressing?
I definitely think it's up to you. You wear what you want to wear as long as you're comfortable with what you're wearing, and just trying not to let yourself sway based off of what other people might be saying about what you're wearing too.
It's more about raising awareness to be accepting that everyone has their own differences and are free to be their own people. Because people dress as like a self-expression too.
In the end of the day, you're you, and then you're living for yourself. So like, do you and else.
For Amber, this is Rosie Gu.
Dressing is a way to express our personalities. Even though some may insist on judging others' appearances, we can still voice our standpoint to make a difference.
Hey Hongjia, how often do you call your parents?
I would say once or twice a week.
That's quite often. What do you usually talk about?
I always share my campus life and definitely complain about the intense schoolwork.
Oh, absolutely. Sharing your life with parents is a good way to release pressure. We have invited some international students to make unscheduled phone calls to their families. Let's see how their parents react to the surprises.
可能每周都打，也有可能2-3周打一次。
就1周2次或者1次
，3-4天那样会和爸爸联系。哦，上电视了。
我开学吃胖20斤。
我抽到了爸妈，我买了张彩票，结果中奖了。
喂，
也是我朋友，他带我去买了张那个彩票，然后我就中奖了。对，又中奖了。
我有可能要上电视了。
真的？找了个韩国男朋友。
找韩国男朋友？
哦。然后称下，我发现胖了得有10几20斤。你敢信吗？
怎么被星探挖掘的呢？
我就走到路上，然后他就看着我，然后就过来跟我谈了谈。
什么是领奖？中了多少？干什么的？
就是我们学校的呀 ，BU 的研究生来的。
考 GRE 你不学习压力很大，你不就得吃吗？
哎呀，吃胖了就考好了也得不偿失。我跟你说，就是有的东西它没有那么简单，对不对？并不是所有人都是坏人，可是也并不是所有人都是好人。一定要注意，有些人在国外，因为在国外妈妈爸爸不在身边嘛，对吧？你还小，你小的话呢，就是很多事情妈妈怕也处理不来。谈看，先当朋友谈一谈看看嘛，啊。
就先试试是吧？
是。我是考虑你的安全问题，亲爱的，个人的了。我是怕大家都认得你中奖了，半路上就要逼着你交钱。
我现在其实在录节目。就你女儿，你女儿没有能耐去找个韩国男朋友，对不起。
这假的是吧？
对，我没有被星探挖掘。
中了我就想找个安妮克那种丹尼克安全的领奖，不中了我就睡大觉。
不过以后我要是当演员，你会支持我吗？
当演员我觉得没有什么，他如果是真的当然是最好，可有的时候坏人的情况也是有的。这种碰到坏人的时候呢，就是要非常当心的。
No matter where we are, parents will always support us along the way. Don't forget to call them and express your solicitude. And that wraps up this edition of Amber. To learn more about behind the scenes, you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, WeChat, and Weibo and tell us what you think.
If you want to catch up on past episodes, visit butv10.com/amber.
今天的情色琥珀就到这里了。
Thanks for stopping by, and we will see you next time.
谢谢，再见。